Hello again, dear viewer. I haven't used that intro in a while and I'm going to bring it back. Wanted to continue the theme today and kind of what we've been talking about recently in regards to equipment. We've done videos on what is equipment, of who to give equipment to, what the different types of equipment are. But I wanted to do today is something similar but a little bit different, just basically who to give UR equipment to. Right, so as we know, you can give equipment to different people and you can actually engrave it with awakening stones and engraving stones as well. So this is, not a cheap process. It does cost a bit of money and does cost a bit of resources, right? So if you go to engrave, you can do Merlin, and then it does cost you these awakening stones, 250k per equipment piece, and then also equipment engraving stones, 10 each as well. So you need 6 of these and 60 of these to do a full set of someone's gear, which is a decent chunk of resources and can be gotten, but does take a while, right? So I'm kind of here to let you know who to, I suppose, maybe prioritize, who you want to get first, and then we'll do some special shout outs and mentions as always. So let's get stuck into it. So if you guys don't know, this is where you come to Merlin to get your stuff engraved. Quickest way is if you're doing a specific piece of equipment for someone, get it to 5-star, 5-star plus 5, and then just click engrave and it'll take you straight to Merlin and connect that piece and that hero to do engraving, as you just saw with Freya. But you can also come here and just click engrave, and then you've also got the equipment piece you can choose and then the different heroes. So let's do it this way. Let's start at good old Meliodas. So Meliodas is definitely someone you want to have UR gear for, if you don't already. If you're watching this, I presume maybe you've just come back to the game or you're new to the game, so maybe you don't. But he was pretty much one of the first picks you wanted to have in terms of gear. Now, depending how free to play you are and how much resources you've got and how long you've been playing, just one set of gear will do plenty. I have attack crit because as you can see, because I run Trader Meliodas with attack crit gear. It's pretty much the one you want to run if you do have Trader Melee. An argument could be made for HP defense if you're just going for sheer combat class, or maybe you're running assault melee or one of the melees as a back unit or a link. So it wouldn't be bad to have 2 sets, HP defense and attack crit damage for this guy, but don't really need to. Just one set, attack crit damage will do the job. So I definitely recommend getting UR gear for melee. Diane, you could take it or leave Diane. I do, as you can see, I use her with Festival Diane, which you might have got a glimpse of just before. I think Festival Diane's very strong, and I use her for PvP, I use her in PvE content, so it was definitely worth the investment for me. Just HP defense is fine for Diane. She's designed to be a big tank, right? You don't really need to get attack crit or attack gear for her at all. HP defense will do the job. Now Barn, I kind of have a couple of half sets for. So I have an HP set, and then I have a defense set for like Brawler Barn, or Ragnarok Barn, as like the sub unit, and then I also have the crit damage set for Purgatory Barn. So I basically run HP crit damage with crit chance and crit damage rolls for Purgatory Barn, and then I have HP defense for Ragnarok Barn. So those are the 2 sets that I have. You do HP defense, but like if you're going to run a Purgatory Barn, you want HP crit damage. King, I use the Festival King, 4 Wings King, Shield King, whatever you want to call him, Quiffy King, as we're commonly referring to him now. I have attack crit damage. Basically, the more damage you do, the better his shield becomes, so you can definitely do that. You could maybe have an argument for HP defense again. I mean, now that I say that, I'm not sure if you would. Like if you use maybe New Wings King, you can maybe have HP defense, but I would honestly just stick to attack crit damage for him. There's no real need to have multiple sets. You want to do as much damage as you can with his shield, and then go from there. Go for HP defense all day, every day. He is a support unit. You want him to survive for as long as possible. So I'd recommend getting UR gear for Gotha for sure. Multiple units that are great support units so far. So look, we're doing not too bad so far. I'd get it for melee. I'd do it for Diane. Again, Diane you could maybe take or leave. Barn, I would and I do, as you can see. King for Festival King. and then Gotha definitely. Like if you had to pick out of these guys for ones you definitely want to do, I'd definitely do Meliodas and Gotha, right? Like if you're prioritizing. Diane, Barn, and King, you can maybe get away with not, but these two I would definitely recommend. Merlin, as you can see, I don't really have any need for Merlin to have engraved gear. I run her HP defense for the Lynx and her other units. I do have Lily Merlin, and I do run attack crit damage on Lily Merlin, but both I only really use that for Grey Demon. So no real need for me to have that HP defense. If you're a bit of a Merlin simp, you could definitely do it if you wanted to. If you run Lily Merlin, I could do attack crit damage, or if you just want a general set, HP defense will work well, but I wouldn't really recommend it. Not really need for it, even with the new Festival Merlin that's come out. Gilthunder, as much as I loved Gilthunder in the first season, no, don't want to give him any gear. Gila, nope. Hauser, nope. These are all people I just wouldn't recommend wasting resources on, honestly. Rip Grimoire, I would have said maybe if you wanted to run triple defense on him for the new Grimoire that just came out, but unfortunately he got nerfed into the ground, so that's a big sad. There is bonus of that though, right, is that you're going to be getting engraving equipment to be able to do this with someone, right? So that is the one bonus of Grimoire getting nerfed from the ground, but I wouldn't waste those resources on him. I would use it on one of these guys up here so far, right? So poor Grimoire, but we are getting the resources for engraving, so it does help us, especially when it comes to, hopefully this video helps you make the decision, right? Jericho, nup. Elbrum, nup. Elione, nup. Twigo, you could definitely make a case for HP defense if you are running the human team, right, with maybe Purgatory Barn or Reinhardt or Arthur. You could definitely make a case for that. But HP defense all the way for him there. Nope. 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 Nope, nope, nope. Right, like all of these kind of support units, I wouldn't recommend getting UR gear for at all. Just not worth your time. Again, all the way down here, no. Hendrickson, if you run the Demon team and you run Demon Hendrickson with a double AoE for Estarossa, again, an argument could be made for HP defense. Before Estarossa, I would have said, hell no, stay away from him, but, an argument could be made for Demon Hendrickson if you use him for the double AoE for, the Demon team. Dreyfus, nope. Elizabeth, I have HP defense, as you can see, so I use that on, Red Liz, I use it on Awakened Light Liz. You could potentially make an argument for attack gear, as I said in my previous videos, but I don't really. I like the HP defense because I can just use that across the board. I don't need any additional sets. So HP defense is my recommendation here. Taizu Elaine, nope. I run HP defense again on Arthur for whether you're using, Arthur on the human team in PvP or whether you're using Green Arthur on Demonic Beasts and such. I run HP defense, and I did think that was worth the investment, mainly for Demonic Beasts is where I used Green Arthur. And it is also helpful for the human team. So if you're using him in Demonic Beasts or in PvP, yep, HP defense for him for sure. Matrona, I do again for Bird. That's pretty much the only reason. So I have HP defense gear for her for Halloween Matrona for the Bird, and that's the only reason I have it. So if you don't use her for Bird, no. But if you do, it does increase her survivability, so that's nice. Hawk, no, I really want them to release like an overpowered Hawk. I think that'd be a lot of fun, but not at the moment, no. Rimuru, if you have the Slime Rimuru, yes. So the green Rimuru with the Pierce card and the Abyss, I would. Unfortunately, I don't have him. I started playing just as he disappeared. So you could run attack crit, you could run attack defense, you could run HP defense. I'd probably maybe stick to, depends, like if you're using him as your damage dealer, attack crit damage for sure, and like PvP and stuff, or you could do HP defense just for survivabilities, but either set would work with him. I don't think you necessarily need two sets. If you're flush with resources, go for it, but the only one I'd really recommend getting maybe two sets for is Meliodas, and then I will explain the big man here when we get to him very shortly. Lilia, if you have Christmas Lilia, you could potentially do it. You run her in the PvP team. There's not really much need for her outside of that. So again, if you're free to play and you're trying to save resources, no. But if you're a whale or if you're got a lot of, you're flush with resources and you have all the other people I've already mentioned, then, and you find it fun, then potentially, because a Holy Relic does make her strong as well. The Man of the Hour, Big Escanor. So as you can see, I have a couple of different sets for him. You could definitely do the 2 sets like you would with maybe Melee. You could run attack, crit damage, and then HP defense. The way I've currently got it is I have attack, crit damage, but then I also have attack defense as well. So the reason I have the defense UR gear is because Green Escanor, Red Escanor, basically base Escanor, his Holy Relic is scaled off defense. So I do have an attack crit set, and then I can swap out the crit for the defense if I'm running like Green Escanor or something like that. But again, if you want to do 2 sets, you flush, then you could definitely do attack crit damage and then HP defense. But if you had to pick just one, attack crit damage all the way, right? Especially for the 1 ultimate and the 1 attack crit damage all day, every day. Galland, nope. Melascula, nope. I know a couple people simp over Melascula, so if you want to, you knock yourself out, but nope. 1 speed, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Definitely not. You want to, especially if you have Suicide Fraldrin, you want to make sure you don't give him any gear. Derieri, again, an argument could be made for attack crit damage if you really want to as like a last resort, but she really doesn't need it. I just run her with normal fully awakened gear, and that does plenty fine for her nuke ability. Estarossa, an argument could be made if you're running him on the demon team. Again, if he's your damage dealer, attack crit damage, or if he's your, like, you want him to survive HP defense, it depends on the total damage output of your team. You guys are probably seeing a bit of a trend here, right? But personally, I really like him with attack crit damage. I think he's a lot of fun, so if you are going to invest in him personally, attack crit damage would be a lot of fun. Zeldris, you definitely could. With Festival Zeldris in the back and a couple of support Zeldrises. I was on the podcast the other day with some friends and we were talking about how we wish he'd have a frontline unit. But for now, you could definitely make an argument for HP defense with his support units. Increase your overall CC as well. DFPS, no, wouldn't recommend. Degeto, Denzel, no. Valenti, no. Pretty much, you could do mono if you have Festival mono, green mono. She would work well with attack crit damage, but again, she's pretty much at the bottom, right? Like I unless you have her heavily invested and you use her a lot, nah, wouldn't recommend. Nope. I have HP defense for Ludociel for 1 for Margaret, as well as if you're going to fully max your Ludociel for PvP, then yes, I would definitely go HP defense all the way. It's definitely not an attack crit at all or anything else. HP defense, UR gear for Ludociel will work well. Nothing for Gerhard. So I just have 2 pieces. I just have the defense pieces for Tarmiel. For red Tarmiel, you want HP defense. For blue Tarmiel, you want triple defense. So I've just done the 2 pieces of defense, so I can use full star normal SSR gear on the other pieces on both Tarmiels. But you could run HP defense or triple defense is what you would do there. Sariel, yes, I do for a link, and to be fair, again for Tarmiel, right, like if you're using red Tarmiel a lot as a link, having UR gear will increase your overall CC as well. So I'd probably do HP defense here for Tarmiel, just to skip back, because blue Tarmiel's kind of fallen off. You only really use them in very specific scenarios. It's pretty much red Tarmiel will always be better, unfortunately. Sariel, attack crit damage, like I was mentioning. Again, an argument could potentially be made for HP defense, but whether you're using counter Sariel or red Sariel on the field, or whether you're using him as a link, I would always go attack crit damage there. As you can see, that's what I've got. Nanashi, nope, as much as I think he's really cool. Liz, nah, wouldn't recommend it at all. Rem and Ram, have a built unknown team, maybe, but not really. Chandler could be an interesting investment, right? HP defense would definitely be your choice because he is your tank on your demon team, and he does have a very good holy relic if you can do dogs. So HP defense could be an option here. Sigurd, nah, don't really need it on Sigurd unless he's fully developed, and maybe he's on your demon team, but nah, doesn't need it. Just normal plus 5-star gear would work. Thonar for dogs, as you can see I have attack crit resistance. It's definitely what I'd recommend. You need to be very, very leveled for dogs, so yes, would recommend investing in her for sure. Brunhild, attack crit damage as you can see, but you want crit chance rolls on your attack pieces because you want to make sure she can crit, right? So I have two, I have double crit chance rolls, but you could also do crit chance attack, which I've covered in another video. But yeah, basically attack crit damage for Brunhild for UR gear. Magelda, yep, attack defense is what I run for her, so I would definitely recommend getting UR gear. Anything that's like dogs or bird or deer specific, I would definitely recommend investing in UR gear for. So Thonar, Magelda, you can use Brunhild in dogs, you can use Jormungand, right? HP defense for Jormungand again. Skadi, you could. I have her with attack crit damage because I think she's fun with that, but if she usually sets more of a support DPS role, so like attack defense or even HP defense would work well for her. Again, not where I'd put my resources first, but if you're a bit of the way through, she could be good fun. She could be good to have. She is useful in some scenarios. Freya, I haven't done yet, but I'm going to invest in. So I think he's worth it with attack crit damage for some UR gear. He's good on dogs. He's good on deer. He has a death ult, right? So I'm going to invest in him, and I'd recommend attack crit damage here. Kazune, the free collab unit. I just have a full HP defense, but I don't know if you need her to give her UR gear. She's helpful, but I don't think that's necessary. Now we take a trip into some heroes that I don't have. But basically, you've got Shin, Roxy, Benimaru, Milim, like none of these, Jenna Zaneri, Aaron Lever, like all these guys, I wouldn't really recommend. Again, Cusack, maybe an argument could be made. Echidna, I would run attack crit damage with UR gear for sure on her. So I think that's worth investing in if you do have Echidna. I know my friend does, and I'm getting to invest. Reinhardt, you want to do HP crit damage like Barn. He scales off HP as well like Barn. Nafumi is scaled off defense, so defense. So like if you guys have these collab heroes, they are very, very strong. So you'd run like Philo and Echidna on the unknown team, right? And they would be, I'd personally run them attack crit damage if you've got them. Again, like attack crit damage for your damage dealers and then HP defense for your survivability, right? We covered this in another video, but I really like those two with attack crit damage because they just dish out insane damage. And then Raftalia, Nafumi, and those two would be defense-based heroes, so defense gear. And then Reinhardt is HP crit damage, as I mentioned. So if you've got, again, resources, these guys are worth investing in if you have these teams, right? Like if you've built a human team, invest in Reinhardt. If you've built a defense team, invest in these two. If you've got an unknown team, invest in these two. Like if that's what you're going for in PvP, then these guys are worth investing in for UR gear for sure. So that pretty much covers it, guys. I hope that helps and gives you a little bit of an understanding of maybe where to spend your resources first. Again, I know there was a few that kind of I touched on that were like, yeah, maybe if you want to. The ones I'd prioritize first are your Mellies, your Gothas, your Escanors, right? Heroes, even your Kings. The heroes that will definitely carry you through the game. That's been my kind of running theme. Make sure you invest your resources wisely at first, and then as you start to build up a few more UR gears, you can start to have a bit more fun with it and pick heroes that you like or you want to build out for teams and stuff as well. Again, that's it, guys. All the best with your UR engraving journey, and I'll catch you in the next one.